Good afternoon. My name is Sean Walker, and I'm delighted to sit with you today to give you a presentation on referendums versus initiatives. Okay, again, my name is Sean Walker. This is class for the U.S. and Arizona Constitution for teacher candidates. This is for Professor Peiser, and today's date is September 12th, 2023. So let's begin. So we have initiatives and we have referendums. Now, on their surface, initiative and referendums are very, very, very similar. They have about four major components that are very similar in nature. So let's discuss some of those components, okay? So initiative allows citizens to directly propose new laws and amendments to the state constitution, which a referendum is a democratic process of voting on whether a specific law or act should be approved or repealed, okay? So there's four major steps that are followed to create initiative or referendum, okay? So the first step is that citizens form a political committee, and they file an application for a serial number with the Arizona Secretary of State office. The next step is that they obtain appropriate initiative and/or referendum petition forms and collect signatures in support of the initiative. So both processes, whether it be initiative or referendums, really involve citizens, active participation in our democratic process. Third, the petition is submitted and the signatures are verified. So we got to make sure that every person that's affirming to whichever the initiative or the referendum is actually verified and able to vote on that specific situation. If it meets the signatures and other legalese or legal requirements, it is placed on the ballot for a vote during the next appropriate election. Now, even though initiatives and referendums are very similar, they do have some differences. So the first difference between the initiative and referendums is their overall purpose. So an initiative enables citizens to introduce new laws or make changes to existing ones, while the referendum gives citizens the opportunity to approve on an existing law that has already been passed by the state legislator. Now, they both have similarities in citizen participation, which you mentioned earlier. They require a petition, they have a petition requirement, and they also have to be voted on the ballot. Now, citizens directly participate in the democratic process, and it's required to collect a certain number of valid signatures from each eligible voter. And the ultimate decision of the proposed law is determined through a public vote during the designated election. So we both have to be put on a public vote, and they have direct citizen involvement. So in summary, these processes can lead to changes in the legal landscape. Now, there are some pros and cons to this process, and so let's discuss it. So direct democracy is the first advantage of initiatives and referendums. We, the people, we as citizens have a say, which is literally one of the most important aspects of a referendum or initiative. They empower citizens to have a direct say in policymaking. When politicians, and we know this well, when politicians just unwilling to or unable to make changes because of how polarizing the issue may be. Now, citizens can shape laws and policies according to their preferences and drive policy changes. So when it comes to policies changes, both referendums and initiatives, us as citizens, we the people, we can make those changes. Other advantages include transparency, accountability, and cooperation. Now, there's an other hand to this situation. On the other hand, direct democracy requires voters to be well informed. And so, definitely in our era, in our day and age, many voters can be misinformed. So that adds a very difficult and very real complexity to this issue, which gives also there is a challenging time frame and the technical nature of proposed measures. People have to get out and vote. They have to take off work. They have to stop their lives. So those added issues make it difficult for direct citizen involvement. Furthermore, these processes can be influenced by well-funded interest groups, potentially distorting the democratic landscape and the democratic process. Another disadvantage is also the logistical challenges of conducting frequent votes, the unavailability of people to participate in every policy decision, and the political tension. These things may lead to a lower voter turnout and potentially skew the results. Thank you so much for allowing me to present my presentation regarding initiatives and referendums. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was enjoyable and informative. And thank you again, okay? Take care and have a good night.